love my blackness. I love the tone of my skin, the texture of my hair, the size of my lips, and the curve of my hips. Oh, laugh there. What I'm trying to say is I love my black culture and everything that comes with it. And I am ecstatic that you love my blackness too. But if you are white and find yourself constantly borrowing from my blackness, whether it be saying the word lit, singing Lauryn Hill or Sporting Dread, whatever it may be, you are that person and you are silent today. And I do not want to talk to you today or any day because I am tired of feeling trapped by you and feeling trapped by them and feeling trapped. We've been screaming out for years, but you think we only rapping. How do you separate the music from the people and the violence we are trapped in? This is CNN for the people that the news left hanging. Reporting live from the trapped here. In this place protesting the deaths of my people. When black men and women are killed by the same people who are supposed to protect them, we protest, we pray, we create dialogue, and we march through the streets, and we do this because black lives matter. But in all this, there was one voice that should fit into the harmony that is nowhere to be found. This voice was not silenced by some outside force, it silenced itself. And it likes to think that it's black, but only when it's convenient. Carlos Cahill, in his book, Beyond the Rope Lynching, Black Experience and Memory explains, the appropriation of blackness is not a two-way issue. We do not gain more acceptance as our culture is fetishized and stripped from our backs. Instead, the violence, as the best parts of our culture are taken, the violence we experience is pushed to the background. The popularity of black culture and the violence against black bodies is on the rise, but the number of our allies is not. Too many still think that the violence against black bodies is solely their fault, as if they're not listening to the very songs that they claim to love so much. So if you want to support black art, you must also support black bodies too. So with the poetry, White Privilege by Malcolm Moore, Trapidemics by Cameron Flowers, drama, the speech Jesse Williams delivered at the BET Awards, and the prose, Want to Be Black Without the Burden by They Call Me Joe. Everyone Wants to Be Black Until It's Not Convenient by Manasseh Leilani. Too Many White Hip Hop Fans Don't Give a Fuck About Black People by Stereo Williams. And Facebook posts in response to the black deaths in the summer of 2016. A program. Because my murder would probably get more hits than my mixtape. When I first heard about Emma Altman's patented spray tan line that specializes in dark brown hues, I was simply aghast. I mean, the goal of most tanning products is to make you look like a bleached penny at best and an Irvine springtime orange at worst, but Emma's lets us tap into our deepest, darkest desires. With options like coconut, loco cocoa, dark ash onyx, caramel, and for the lightest of y'all, eclipse. Turning that ghost of a white lily skin into shades that you will just die for. They want our culture when it's convenient for them. They listen to black artists, they join in all the popular black dances. Some of them even get their hair copied and modify their bodies. But when black people get murdered in the streets, they don't have to deal with that. Our suffering doesn't matter when it's entertaining the masses. Black slave singing didn't matter when they ain't overtaking their masters. And when they ain't overtaking their masters, y'all nod your head like you agree that we stay under attack. But my God, the force and the rhythm of that African drum make you forget where it's coming from. Make you forget that we are trapped. I love my blackness. And I remember a comedian, what was his name? Paul Mooney once said that everybody wants to be a nigga, but honey, nobody wants to be a nigga. But then I was listening to that musical, Hamilton, and I was like, damn, maybe people do want to be a nigga. It's human nature to want to be a part of something different. They're just caught up in a trend. But when those justice hashtags go up, they ain't got no time to land. They strip off the fun and trendy side of black culture and they hang it up in the closet. And for most, it doesn't come off that hanger until that hashtag makes its way down the Twitter trends list. And the person who was murdered isn't on the forefront of everyone's minds. But the thing is, just because we're magical doesn't mean we're not real. Freddie Gray was so magical that he severed his own spine. Sandra was so magical that she hung herself with invisible trash bags from an unseen raptor taller than her 6-foot frame. Tamara was a wizard who could turn his toy gun into an AK-47 in seconds. Mike Brown was a sorcerer who could turn into a monster, who could stand still with his hands in the air and threaten a man with a gun. And Aragorn, he was so filled with ancestral power that he didn't even need air to breathe. But why should white people have to care about black pain? Because black pain has provided pain and entertainment and inspiration for white culture for years. And what have we gotten in return? Bullets and brokenness. Y'all love it when we perform it. Y'all love it when we perform it. Goofy people like to play in the most privileged of settings. Frat boys going nuts because they ain't getting the message that trap music is made by trap people. But we don't listen to them. We just turn up the beat, burying black bodies out of sight and out of mind while extracting our culture, our dollars, like black gold, ghettoizing and demeaning our culture and then stealing them. Gentrifying our genius, then trying us on like costumes before discarding our bodies like rinds of strange fruit. Our culture is not a trend. But you who love our culture so much, you won't have to deal with that. You won't have to explain to your child that he can't walk around with a hood on or with his hands in his pockets. You won't have to tell him to keep his hands visible at all times. You won't have to explain to him that he could lose his life over selling CDs or a broken taillight or a toy gun. The problem is not that you enjoy black culture. The problem is that when we get murdered, you magically disappear. It is a problem because we need all the voices that we can get. So please, speak up.